How can Peter Obi win any election? Peter Obi is polling 1% in Sokoto, 2% in Katsina, 5% in Kano. That's why the votes are. All states are not equal. The fact that you are doing 70% in Anambra State does not mean somebody doing 10% in Kano is not better than you. The number of votes in Anambra is the size of one local government in Kaduna State. So all states are not equal. If you poll states and you make them equal, yes, Peter Obi will sweep the southeastern states. He will do well in South-South. Where else? He's not polling well in Southwest, other than a drop in the ocean in Lagos. He is polling in the Christian enclaves in the North. He's polling well, but how many are they? Peter Obi cannot win the election. He doesn't have the number of states. He doesn't have 25% in more than, the last time we checked, in more than 16 states. He can't go anywhere. Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor, and that's all he will be.
I still maintain that I do not have problem with Obiano.
If you heard that a governor once had a governor's aide, once had about 200 million naira cash in his car, that the governor said he should go and deliver it somewhere. And then the governor claimed that it was for contract. And they caught the person. That would you still support that kind of governor? The person said, now the people that whether they rule this country, they'll be that. Why will I support such a person? And I said that person is Peter Obi. Google it. That person is Peter Obi. But you don't know about that because you choose to be blind by your followership. I said every time.
This is true and can be confirmed.
Google it. Is no. I said there was a governor who once supported another candidate that wanted to become a godfather until his person fought against him. And the person came out to say that he was demanding for 7.5 billion naira from him for the money he used to support him. And he said, now those APC government. And I said, that's Peter Obi. That was what Obiano said. And once it is the person they support, automatically it becomes is a lie. But when it is another person, it is the truth. It doesn't work that way. The truth is not selective.
The way Seyi was shouting, Google it, Google it. Were you not tempted to believe him? But now that he said Google it, he said two things. Number one, that Peter Obi's aide was caught with 200 million naira, 250 million naira cash. That's one. Two, that Obiano said that Peter Obi asked for 7.5 billion for him, Peter Obi, to support Obiano for governor. That has also been debunked. Peter Obi debunked it by himself. Hear what he said.
How did you lose grip of the politics of Anambra State? You and the governor, your successor, Willie Obiano, you seem to be at daggers drawn.
No way.
What is happening between the two of you?
I don't know where you get the facts.
No, I read the stories in the papers.
No, that's wrong.
He has been accused you of all kinds of things.
No, what was he accused me of? Can you give me one?
Well, he accused you, for example, that he had to pay you for him to become governor. He accused you that you were not as successful a governor as you claim. And your media man, Valentine Obianyan, has responded to some of those.
Ruben, nobody have accused me in Anambra State.
No, I'm saying the governor.
No. I live in Anambra State. And nobody in Anambra State will you meet that's Anambra indigenous, even when he doesn't like me, will tell you Peter Obi was not successful as a governor. It's impossible. Come, let's walk the streets of Onitsha. I live in Onitsha. And as you know, I was a governor who was not traveling with routine of securities and everybody. Until today, it remains the same. Come, let's walk the street. That's how you know. And I live there. It's not as if I finished governing. Anambra State is the only place that have a home, have a house called my own. If you see any piece of land or house belonging to Peter Obi in Abuja, burn it down or take it. If you see one in Lagos, take it. Why have a flat in Lagos? I live in Onitsha. Not even anywhere, Onitsha. Due to my own house there. That's where I live. And I'm always there. I came from there yesterday. Can show you my body pass. I came from the last flight from Asaba yesterday. When I finish, I go back there. Who will live there if you didn't do well? Every road you see in Onitsha today was constructed by me. If you cross the bridge, you go and ask anybody. So nobody can tell you that you see children doing well today in America. It is me. I changed the school dynamics. They were number 26 and 27 when I came into office. And I've just called the banks where I left money. That is how you know. So it's not a question of this. Every secondary school in Anambra State, for example, have two buses. I bought them. I bought one in my first tenure. I bought the other one in my second tenure. No, they've never had any since I left. They've not had any since I left. Just to give you one example. I bought computers. The highest amount of desktop computers ever bought by a government in Africa was purchased from us, by HP, through Leo Stanley. He said it the other day in the news. 30,000 computers paid up front. Innocent, I paid him 5 billion up front to supply us like 1 year before he delivered one vehicle. So these are records, they are not there. So nobody will have accused me of anything. And let me tell you, you're wrong. Since I left as governor of Anambra State, nobody Nobody, not Anambra State government, directly or indirectly has paid me 1 naira. I've not received any
Why?
form.
Are you not entitled to pension?
I don't know, but I'm saying I've not received anything. When people were bringing us of laws to say, Governor, this governor, I told them, when I leave here, I live here. Never received 1 naira. I want you to put it on record and make that.
But you still haven't answered my question.
Yes.
What's the relationship between you and Governor Willie Obi?
We have a good relationship. He's the governor. He's elected to focus on to stand for the people. Not my relationship with him is irrelevant. He's elected. You see, this is where we get it wrong. You must focus on what you elected, women. When I was in office, I can tell you, I and most of the elites are not in good terms. But I wasn't elected. You have seen me say it every day. Even my own wife comes back and says, I met Ruben, I met this man, he's not happy with you. I said to her, listen, my job is not to make people happy. There's people in the entertainment industry whose job is to make everybody happy. Me, I'm not happy myself. I'm elected to fix school, fix road, and do this. You must focus on what you're elected to do. He's not elected to have a good relationship with me. He's elected to do the roads, fix the school, make Anambra State work. For example, he gave an example that some people are exporting bitter leaf and ogo worth of $5 million. We want to see the farm. We want to see this is what he's elected to do, not to keep it to be happy or do this thing. I've just told you in issue of saying I paid money. I said I have never received 1 kobo. 1 kobo from anybody as an ex-governor. I'm not looking for one. My focus is how do we make Nigeria work?
See, governors usually in Nigeria have problems with their deputy governors. When the governor leaves, he tends to have a problem with his successor. I've tried to cite the example of Obiano and Obi, which you don't want to accept, but you also have Ganduja and Kwankwanso, you have Buhari and Jonathan at the higher level, and so many examples like that. What do you think is responsible for these conflicts?
Ruben, I still maintain that I do not have problem with Obiano. My problem with anybody in government is when you're not doing the right thing. A governor recently invited me to campaign. You know, that I should come, he's still to campaign for next year. And he was owing salary. And he was owing pension. And he has a lot of debts. And I said to him, let me be honest with you. I don't see how you can be owing people. If I had to be shocking, a chief of staff of a governor was asked, I listened to it in the telly, that you're owing 18 months salary. He said, no, it's wrong. They're only owing for 11. And you're campaigning for another one. No way. This is sheer madness. You cannot fulfill the least obligation, which is paying salary. I don't consider paying salary as an achievement. That's not what. If people are elected to pay salary, like it's being celebrated today, people are elected to pay pensions, then we might as well just don't have governors and just pay the people directly. It will even reduce the cost of keeping the governor. You are elected to be a resource creator and manager.
Nature. I like that.
It should create wealth.
Right.
It should be able to say, what do we do to save money? I didn't print money to save the money I told you I saved.
Yeah.
I didn't don't need to borrow money. Yeah, we have people who say they achieve something when they borrow their fortune
Yeah.
and put the state in a difficulty as they were living and they are being celebrated. I want us to celebrate people based on you came here, you met 1 naira, you increased it to 10. That's what I want to see.
And I said that person is Peter Obi. Google it. That person is Peter Obi. I said every
This
time.
is true and can be confirmed.
Google it. It's no.
The way Seyi was shouting, Google it, Google it. Were you not tempted to believe him? I was. In fact, I was afraid that, what if what he's saying is true? Even Teju Babyface that was interviewing him in that podcast could not even take his phone to Google it. I'm guessing he was also tempted to believe him. He was shocked. And many people in that shock might take what Seyi was saying as true. I guess he thinks Nigerians will not Google it. And many Nigerians will indeed not Google it. But not me. You know that statement that Peter Obi used to say, go and verify. We verify everything.
You see, I feel highly entertained by Tinubu's rhetorics, the way he's dramatizing his own role, in Nigerian democracy. Luckily, we're all alive. He's gone. Luckily, we're all alive. We're all there. We're all, participant in that particular, sphere of political activity. So I was in the middle of it. Tinubu became relevant and noticeable after Abacha took over government. Before then, he was the Senate, was the secretary of the party. And with all respect to him, you see, he was part of those people who were supporting Babangida's annulment of June 12. He was part of it. His own mother, Haja Mogaji from Lagos, was organizing Lagos marching women to come to Abuja to pledge, support for Babangida. I'm saying this because it's simply history. I mean no harm. I mean don't mean to embarrass him. But they say he was actively handing gloves to Babangida. Now, when Babangida saw the fact that he was having a problem with the party, he went to the National Assembly to address them. One infamous speech was, they are trying to incite you. It is you they are against. Tinubu was there. And Ayu became very, very firm and straight on the issue of June 12. He called a meeting, then being the only senior elected person in government at that time, as Senate President, he convened a meeting in Edo, in Benin, we went there with the governor, where we went there and reaffirmed our commitment to June 12. All right? Babangida was so angry with Ayu. When he came back, he removed him and put in a better arrow. He put him there so that they can be aligned to avoid political kind of machinations. So when Tinubu today, after being a Nigerian president, decided to rewrite history, trying to maybe deconstruct history and then rewrite it, then it is a very, very amusing because he was part of the Babangida support of June 12. He was part of it. Now it was only when Abacha took over government that Tinubu then became a so-called activist of June 12. Not only all those who are talking about June 12 in Edeko, I mean no harm, I mean no disrespect. I'm simply saying what happened during that time. All of them, those who were in Edeko, where were they on June 11? They had no part in June 12. They are not part of June 12 campaign. They are not part of the June 12 activities. What they are never, because most of them are saying they should down look. All of them, because they know they won't work out. So when Abiola won the election, and then after the annulment, they are all very, very passive. But suddenly, after Abacha came on board, removing Sonekam, they became activists. They formed NEDECO. NEDECO was opposed to Abacha, was opposed to election formation. NEDECO was something which was formed, to fight Abacha, not to fight democracy, not to fight June 12. So whatever Tinubu is doing today is simply reconstructing history the way he thinks is going to fit his own political interests. But then obviously, he was a major supporter of Babangida. Ask Babangida. Ask him. So when you talk about, already June 12, who are those characters? Ebute Ere? Somebody who replaced Ayu for June 12? Who are the others? All of them. So he ran away. We stayed behind. We fought Abacha. I was detained, because of my fight, but I was detained. Really was detained. So all of us, Adamu Churuma, Bola Ege, Yoche Ayu, and many others, Bagaji, all of them were there. We fought Abacha. We fought him because we were willing to risk our lives. Tinubu ran away. He was not in the country. He only came back after the whole thing was very, very clear. So what I'm saying is, all those advocates of June 12, they are more concerned with the bath water rather than the baby. They are more concerned because most of them were at the end of the meal when the product was being processed. They simply picked up the product. The process which produced the product, they are not there. They're not part of it. They only pick the product. And today it's not about the victor, but it's about the victory more than anything else. So we make this kind of distinction. The difference between the victory and the victor. The NEDECO were more concerned with the victory than the victor. As far as they are concerned, in the bathwater they are trying to use, they are trying to hang on to their own kind of riding on top to reinvent history in Nigeria. Otherwise, I feel embarrassed for the president, for the way he's talking, honestly. Ask anybody. Go ask anybody. We're all there. Ask Ayu, ask Gerigana. They're all there. Ask Langiwa. So, what is happening today in Nigeria is simply something very, very laughable. People, who had no political pedigree, who had no political history, who are not known as freedom fighters, are now at the forefront fighting for Nigerian democracy.
So the North is trying to bring up a coalition that can work for Nigeria. And the Arewa are coming together in collaboration with our brothers in the Southeast, in the South, and the Southwest are coming together to see how we can unseat him in 2027. And we are serious about this.
As well as providing them with skill and opportunity to excel. Leave him alone.
Hey guys, I hope you watched the first clip where EL-Rufai was telling the people that Peter Obi is a loser, is a Nollywood actor, Peter Obi is a social media president, Peter Obi is that, Peter Obi is this. And you know very well that Peter Obi was in PDP before now, Atiku and all that, but because he came to see this man you're seeing, Sanusi, this man you're seeing sitting here, this one talking, he's one of the big men in the north that once you see them, he gives you his blessing, you are becoming a president. Like, it's not something we say. He's not God, but like when they say political godfathers, he is one of them. This was a man that Wike was saying that time during the 2023 election that he told Peter Obi there is no point going to see Sule Lamido because he had already said that the presidency is going back to the north. And when everything happened, Asiwaju came out and they agreed. Guess what? They used El-Rufai. And El-Rufai said yes, this was a time to get back at Peter Obi. He did everything. At the end of the day, they lost. They sat back and saw that from the margin, if you look at Lagos, Tinubu did not win Lagos. Abuja, he did not win Abuja, and some places in the southeast and south, he didn't win. So they saw that if Atiku did not get angry and they decided to do come together to either make Peter Obi president or Atiku president, but with their merger, it would have been easier for them to, if you put Kwankwaso's vote together with Peter Obi's vote, that's more than what. In fact, if you even put, let's say, Kwankwaso and Peter Obi with Atiku's vote, you see that Tinubu wouldn't have gone anywhere near Aso, not to talk of Rock. But because they were not talking in one voice, and El-Rufai was with him. Remember that El-Rufai is a very strong man politically if you go to the north. This Lamido Sanusi Yasin, he is also a very, very strong person. And if all these people come together to say you are not the one, and remember that Kwankwaso is somebody that people love so much also in the north. So they sat back and saw that this Peter Obi that they were talking down on, calling Peter Obi names, he's somebody they will need to win this 2027 election. You can see that the senator is even saying they are coming together with our brothers from the southeast to come together. At the end of the day, they need each other. Because the truth is, you saw the video where people that was trending. There's a clip of that video where Tinubu went to launch a particular bus, whatever it is, and a guy broke protocol and tried to come to him. Now, we don't know if he came to attack him. We don't know whether he came to unalive the president. We don't really know what that guy was trying. And he said that, but you saw he was scared. And now the security man, the military man who is his aide, was going behind the president. Is it that so that if they shoot the president, it will not enter him or what? The other one was going in front of the president. I want to understand, what was that for? He now said they should leave him. They should allow him. He wanted to act like he's a strong man now. But we all know the truth. You cannot come into government. Number one, I don't blame Tinubu. The reason I don't blame him is because I blame the likes of El-Rufai. Because in 2023, El-Rufai was telling Peter Obi, calling Peter Obi names. The present security advisor to the governor, the former EFCC boss, Ribadu, was saying, he sat down there and all the Muslim clergies were talking down on Christians just because of election. And I told you people in one of my channels, I said, if we can remove religion, remove tribalism, we will be able to vote clearly. Our eyes will be clear. It's like having a relationship with a man you have not slept with. You'll be able to ask him salient questions, the kind of questions that will help you in the relationship. But once you sleep with him, you will not be thinking straight. When I say this thing, people don't understand. It's the truth. If we can remove tribalism, nepotism, religion from governance, it will help us to choose our leaders the right way. We will not have rulers, we will have leaders. Because leaders lead by example. But look at the same Peter Obi they have criticized, said on many things about, is the one they are going now to beg. You can say El-Rufai talking to him, begging him. They actually know that Peter Obi is an asset. They know. Forget about what Reno Makri is making mouth, talking trash about, talking things. Okay, look at what that guy, Seyi. That guy, you watched his video, he's been embarrassed. They asked him, Seyi, show us on Google where Peter Obi asks for bribe. He cannot say it tomorrow. Have you seen the embarrassment? You go to a podcast, you open your mouth, wow, and say things you don't know about, things you cannot defend. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Do you think that these people are who they think they are? 2027 is by the corner, and let the best man rule.